Hello and welcome back to Food for Life, Lessons from the Garden, an academic conference where its aim is to better our understanding of the multidisciplinary topic of food within Visayan societies, to showcase the rich and vibrant food culture of the Visayas, and to have an avenue where we can all engage in discussions about the topics to be delivered by our presenters. I'm requesting everyone from the back to please come forward. Thank you. And before we'll officially start our next set of presenters, let us first have our trivia, where you can win prizes. Diba? Trivia na PowerPoint. PowerPoint. Ana. Sige, so start us at the trivia. So the first question, I'll only repeat the question twice. So the first question is, which Cebuano dish is a soup made from beef shanks and marrow bones, boiled until the collagen and fat has melted into the clear broth? Again, which Cebuano dish is a soup made from beef shanks and marrow bones, boiled until the collagen and fat has melted into the clear broth? So anyone who wants to answer, there's a mic there. First come, first serve. Go.
Hello.
Hello.
Bulalo.
I'm sorry, Mel, but the answer is wrong. So you still have a chance. Go. Go, miss.
Dinatang baka.
What? I'm sorry, sir. Your answer is?
Dinatang baka.
No. So anyone?
Balbakwa?
No. Sorry. Okay.
Puchero.
Pochero. So you can claim your prize. Thank you. Thank you, Ark. Sige. Okay, so an answer in the Ark. But we still have one last question before we start with our presenters. So our last question is, which Cebuano dessert is made from a young coconut, pandan leaves, and gelatin, and is often served during fiestas and special occasions, diba? Familiar. Again, which Cebuano dessert is made from young coconut, pandan leaves, and gelatin, and is often served during fiestas and special occasions? First come, first serve sa mic. Go.
Buko pandan.
Buko pandan is correct. Thank you. You may claim your prize here. Thank you. Okay, congratulations to our trivia winners. There will still be 2 more trivias before we will end the conference later, in our session break. So for our next set of presenters, he is a Doctor of Philosophy in Cultural Studies in Asia candidate under the joint PhD program between the National University of Singapore and King's College London. He obtained his Master of Arts in Literature degree from the University of the Philippines, Diliman, and his Bachelor of Arts in Linguistics and Literature from the University of San Carlos. His publications and talks focus on Filipino and Cebuano queer and gay history and culture, and on topics relating to new media, Asian gay rural criticism, digital cultures, and queer studies in Asia. He previously worked as an assistant professor at the University of the Philippines in Cebu, teaching creative writing, English, communication, and literature courses. So please give a round of applause for Mr. Francis Luis Torres. He will have his presentation through video.
So, good day, everyone. Before I begin, I would like to thank the Cebuano Study Center and the event organizers for inviting me to present my paper, Cooking is Writing, the teaching of process-oriented writing in the reading and writing subject. Unfortunately, I could not be there in person as I am currently abroad. Special mention to the center and the staff who enabled me to present despite the logistical hurdles. In any case, my gratitude to those who made this presentation possible. So let's begin. So here is the outline for my presentation today. I will start with the overview, followed by the rationale and methodology. I shall also provide parts of the discussion before I extensively share my points to give you a sense of what I intend to do here. And then the conclusion would more or less serve as a review of what I just presented. So, writing is the most complicated macro skill a student can learn. But writing, like cooking, involves planning and refinement. The Department of Education recognizes the challenges in mastering this crucial skill. According to Gepila, writing is the most demanding skill, often taught last. Despite DepEd's efforts, Rojas highlights persistent challenges in writing education, citing a lack of support and contextual knowledge. Rojas's Cavite case study also reveals that students struggle with contextualization, accessing reliable information, and understanding the writing process. So, hopefully, this paper contributes to the teaching of writing by using YouTube vlogs on Cebuano food, connecting the writing process to daily activities like cooking and eating demystifies writing difficulties. The emphasis is on process-oriented writing, highlighting that the act of writing or the process of writing is a skill, not an inherent talent. This discussion I see is more or less a supplementary material for educators teaching DepEd's Communications 11, focusing on reading and writing. But I think I'm more or less referring to the senior high school module or the senior high school course. In any case, this paper utilizes YouTube videos on Cebuano food to enhance relatability. It assumes familiarity with local cooking, acknowledges widespread access to online videos, and recognizes the flexibility of digital films for classroom use. The aim is to address gaps identified by the Department of Education and highlight the potential of YouTube as a powerful tool for educating senior high school students about writing. This paper uses various YouTube videos on Cebuano food for modularity, showcasing examples without restrictions. The goal is to provide adaptable materials, emphasizing writers' diverse forms and purposes. Focusing on the ordinary and achievable in Cebuano food aims to make writing relevant, addressing the hindrance that perplexes students and highlighting the cultural and social significance of writing and cooking. So the paper is divided into three major parts. First, I'm exploring process-oriented writing, then analyzing select YouTube videos for writing insights, and last, evaluating writing components for an output-based activity. Students then focus a Cebuano food vlog to enhance writing competencies, focusing on structures and cohesion for accessible and logical content. So let's proceed. Process-oriented writing focuses on the processes rather than the output, emphasizing flexibility in defining it as the writing process, pedagogies, or theories of writing, according to Saussure. Anyway, Zanders and Wilson note its benefits in allowing students to explore and understand writing tasks while enhancing their skills. The approach consists of three main parts: pre-writing, that involves planning and brainstorming; writing, which is the actual act of writing it, of the text; and post-writing, which include revising, editing, and feedbacks. YouTube videos, despite being unconventional in some classrooms I feel, are practical tools in language learning, especially for senior high school students, according to Wang and Chen, for its relatability. So this paper aims to examine and evaluate Cebuano food vlogs on YouTube to apply a process-oriented approach, considering its components. And so let's try to evaluate some of them. So this section examines Cebuano food vlogs on YouTube using process-oriented writing, offering teachers supplementary materials for instructing senior high school students. It explores the approach's three main components: pre-writing, writing, and post-writing, utilizing multiple clips to showcase its versatility with diverse resources. So writing can be overwhelming for students who struggle with what to include or exclude, especially when it is challenging to identify, contemplate, or create a thesis statement. To address this, the analogy of cooking process, familiar to some students, is to untangle the ambiguity surrounding writing. So the pre-writing stage, analogous to a mise en place in cooking, involves brainstorming, organizing, and planning. Teachers should provide ample time and resources for students to conduct the stage, recognizing that different learners approach it differently. Teachers may require an outline from students, including a thesis statement, topic sentences, and a conclusion. So the thesis statement is crucial as it anchors the entire pursuit or the entire writing pursuit or the writing text. Students or writers are advised to start with the end in mind, or as the quote goes, to begin with the end in mind, considering the thesis statement as the starting point for all written outputs. Topic sentences should support and articulate the thesis, elaborating with relevant examples. The conclusion should briefly review discussion points and provide key takeaways. The outline, viewed as a provisional list, can be tweaked and edited during the writing and post-writing phases based on demand and tasks. Learners create outlines for teacher evaluation then. So Mark Wayne's vlogs on Cebuano food can be a good reference for students because he usually mentions what the video is about, introduces where eating takes place, establishes his local guide, and mentions some of the dishes they will try for the remainder of the video. Learners may try to replicate this idea to grasp what an outline can be. Teachers could also identify parts of the introduction so that the learners would have an easier time formulating and planning their own. By guiding them, the learners could focus on writing the text, which brings us to the second part. So this part of process-oriented writing focuses on the actual writing process, where learners articulate their arguments and explore different types of writing based on assignments. Cebuano food vlogs, like those by Mark Waynes and Chef Tatung, exemplify various writing styles. They can be descriptive, narrative, or expository. So in Wayne's examples, the video usually explains dishes, lists ingredients, and evaluates flavors. When he was talking about eating lechon, the video mentions the processes involved in the roasting while itemizing the list of needed ingredients for the dish. After it has been cooked, Waynes showcases the food to his audiences online. He takes a piece of the lechon, and when he tasted it, he explains the flavors he experienced. Chef Tapong, on the other hand, at least for his videos, provides a different kind of approach in a sense that he has videos that have easy to follow recipes, emphasizing simplicity and well-arranged instructions for its viewers to follow without complications. Taking inspiration from the Cebuano chef, teachers can use some of the techniques that students can try to replicate. His simple and relatable language can help learners write concisely without confusion. By letting learners watch the videos, they can also visualize the simple instructions through concise words. And it's also itemized, that way they won't get easily confused. So teachers can integrate interventions then on grammatical structures during the writing process, vocabulary use, and cohesion, helping learners develop a holistic understanding of writing because sometimes the pedagogy focuses too much on the writing process or like the actual act of writing particularly, punctuation, grammar, spelling, that the overall cohesion of a text may be neglected during the evaluation. So teachers could intervene and help students achieve this cohesive narrative, so to speak. So learners should recognize the importance of structure, which leads me to this point. So um, they should establish a logical thread and strengthen the narrative based on the thesis statement with the teacher's assistance, ultimately polishing their work for more efficient communication. And so we go to the third phase. The post-writing stage occurs after completing a draft, where the text is edited to ensure its aim is achieved and communication is effective. Editing is recommended at various stages, with the learner reviewing the draft a day after completion to check for a well-defined thesis statement, cohesive narrative, and key takeaways. Editing can also involve peers and teachers using the workshop method to enhance the draft and make it more relatable. Teachers can work on the draft, checking for errors, ensuring appropriate vocabulary, and teaching grammatical rules. The post-writing phase is, obviously and tragically, I guess, repetitive, sounding tedious, but essential for improving the draft. Like cooking, each iteration aims to create a better version from the draft. So improving writing takes time, but with proper support, learners can engage in daily writing without fear, ensuring more relevant and responsive learning. And so we go to what could be an activity for students. So to teach process-oriented writing, um, students can watch a Cebuano food vlog, and the teachers could assign them to write a script or create their own vlogs, focusing on budget-friendly food options around the school. So the teachers should emphasize a guiding rubric and prompt students with relevant questions during the planning stage. So on the screen are some guide questions for students to follow. Say for instance, when they try to create a vlog and then create this rubric, you can have questions like, how much should each meal be? What do they mean by budget friendly here? Are learners allowed to feature one kind of food in different locations or one place with different types of food? How and who will they decide how good the food is? So is it good? Is it flavorful? Like, what kind of rubrics would they employ when they create this rubric? So the idea basically is to let the students understand the importance of a rubric to do the task and for them to plan ahead. That way they won't get lost as they go through the process of writing and preparing the script and for the blog itself. So after finalizing their plan, students can create an outline detailing the featured dishes. The teachers and peers will assess its clarity, cohesion, and conciseness. In the writing phase, students delve into the details of each dish using questions to draft the script. Again, some guide questions are presented on the screen so students, and perhaps I believe also teachers, know what to write on the script. So say for instance, what theme or themes will be explored in the entire video? Will the script be just about describing food, or will there also be comments about the food? Should the video focus on how to make the food? Will students showcase how the dish is made from scratch? So is a particular dish excellent or bad? What categories may be explored to determine these points? Will there only be one person on screen, or will others join and share their thoughts? So again, these questions guide video content. Students can create an outline detailing the featured dishes. The teachers and peers will assess
Let's go!
clarity, cohesion, and conciseness. In the writing phase, students delve into the details of each dish using questions to draft the script. Again, some guide questions are presented on the screen so students, and perhaps I believe also teachers, know what to write on the script. So say, for instance, what theme or themes will be explored in the entire video? Will the script be just about describing food, or will there be also be comments about the food? Should the video focus on how to make the food? Will students showcase how the dish is made from scratch? So is a particular dish excellent or bad? What categories may be explored to determine these points? Will there only be one person on screen, or will others join and share their thoughts? So again, these questions guide video content and script writing. Teachers can, as always, provide feedback for integrity, and students can research beforehand for a quicker, smoother script or vlog shoot. And then finally, in the post-writing phase, learners comment on rubric adherence in the vlog and address additional questions to enhance the work. So here are some, again, guide questions on the screen. So, did the initial intent of the script materialize in the video? How did the students transition from one place to another? Is the conclusion clear and understandable? Does the entire video establish a logical narrative? So again, refine and reassess questions to ensure the script or vlog maintains cohesion, conciseness, and compelling writing. This ensure there are many rubrics that are present. You can use DepEd's rubric for assessing written outputs to adhere to public education standards. Consider also consulting Glee study for improved marking methods. And because ultimately this ensures, students learn and assess, and students learning are assessed based on national benchmarks, fostering holistic and responsive education. And so, to review and to conclude, the presentation hopes to supplement existing efforts by teachers to effectively educate learners about writing, which is the most difficult to master and teach. By making writing more accessible and less intimidating, it aims to integrate process-oriented writing by analyzing Cebuano food vlogs on YouTube. The focus includes understanding process-oriented writing, examining how food vlogs assign with its three main parts, and guiding students in applying these steps through script writing for a vlog or for a food vlog. So the module targets reading, writing, and thinking competencies, encouraging students to create a cohesive vlog about Cebuano food, while addressing writing-related skills such as narration, description, and evaluation. So I hope you learned something from my presentation, and daghang salamat and have a great day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sir Francis Luis Torres.